Welcome to Bobbi Jo's. Today I am making ice cream sandwiches. This is a 13 by 18 inch baking sheet, and I'm going to put some parchment paper down, and I like to spray the sheet so the parchment paper sticks to it. Like that. You can cut the corner so it'll go down easier. I'm not going to worry with all that. I like it to overlap a little. That way it's easier to pick it up out of there. Preheat your oven on 350 degrees. In a mixing bowl, we are going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. There's your half. And there's your 1, so that's 1.5 cups. Next, we want 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We're also going to do 1/2 cup of butter. And 1/2 cup of butter. It should be a little soft. Mine was on the stove, so it's a little melted and soft. Okay, I'm going to go over to the other counter, put this on my mixer, and mix it up. Okay, next we need to add 4 eggs, 1 egg at a time. So I'm going to add 1 egg, we're going to mix it, add another egg, mix it, do that till we have 4 eggs. And try not to get any shells in there. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. And you can leave it running and add the egg in. I always stop just because if I leave it running and I try to do the egg when this is down, I always get my egg all over my mixer. That's why I do it this way. Number 4. Okay, next we're going to add 1/3 cup of cocoa powder and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now, instead of vanilla extract, I'm going to use this vanilla bean paste. Okay, and 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm going to start off on low because cocoa powder will go everywhere if you're not careful. See how it's dusty? It helps to have a towel or something to go over your mixer to keep it from getting on everything. Okay, next we're going to add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. 1.5. And a teaspoon of salt. Start off slow with the flour. All right, let's scrape down the sides of the bowl, give it another mix, and then we'll go back over to the other counter where we'll put all this in the baking pan. Okay. Alright, let's give this another good stir. Make sure everything's mixed together really well. Okay, now we're just going to spread it out on our parchment paper. Alrighty. Some of my butter is still not melted good. So those little clumps you see, that's little clumps of butter. It'll melt as it heats up and bakes. Try to get it even. You want to make sure you get it as even as possible because you're going to be cutting this in half and they're going to go on top of each other. Going in a 350-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. You ought to be able to stick a toothpick in it and it comes out clean. Okay, so while I'm waiting on that, I'm getting my ice cream out of the freezer. Put it in the fridge so I can get a little softer. You're going to have to, once it comes out of the oven, it's going to have to cool completely and then you'll put the ice cream on it. You need 1.5 quarts of ice cream. I'm using Mayfield cookies and cream. For those of you on keto that are doing low carb, I will be making a low carb version of this as well. Pretty much everything I post on here, I try to do a low carb version as well. So if it's not already up, I will post one. It's done. I put a toothpick in. It came out clean. So we're going to let it cool completely. Completely cooled down. Use the parchment paper to remove it from your pan. And you want to cut it down the middle. It's 15 inches. About right here is going to be the middle. You want to cut your parchment paper and everything. And it's best to use a pair of kitchen shears to cut it. It's already crumbling a little bit right there. That may be a little off, but we'll go with it. Putting this one back on the pan. And we're going to put the ice cream on this one, and then I'm going to flip this one over on top. I have my ice cream in the fridge. You just want to spread your ice cream out. Some of my ice cream's soft. It's soft around the edges and it's still hard in the middle. I don't think I'm going to use the whole 1.5 quarts. It's going to be more like 1 quart. That's all I'm going to put on there because it's melting. That's about 1 quart. We're going to take this one. Flip it over on top and line it up, kind of press it down. Then we're going to cover it with plastic wrap and we're going to stick it in the freezer until it's frozen solid. I'm going to go ahead and get it in the freezer. We're going to freeze it for several hours, and it'll probably be tomorrow because it's late in the evening. So I'll probably freeze it until tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll come in and cut it and see what they taste like. All right, in the freezer it goes. It is the next day. You can see where my ice cream melted. Well, I'm not cutting these evenly, but it'll be all right. I always say that, don't I? Well, I forgot an ingredient, but it'll be all right. You can wrap these with plastic wrap individually, or you can just store them in an airtight container in the freezer. Or you can store the whole sheet pan. Do with a plastic wrap and aluminum foil. Okay, let me go get a spatula. What I'm going to do is wrap them in plastic wrap. And then I'm going to store them in a freezer, a gallon-size Ziploc freezer bag in the freezer. Like that. Let's see, I've got my freezer bag. I'm just going to stick them in there. What do you think about the homemade ice cream sandwiches?
Drool-worthy and 2 thumbs up. They were excellent. They taste like, to me, they taste like a regular Mayfield's ice cream, cookies and cream sandwich with a thicker cookie. But, oh, they were so good. It took me back to when I used to have ice cream sandwiches at lunch when I was in school.
Thank you.
They were 15 cents a piece, so I would buy like 4 of them. I love those things.
Okay. Thank you for your review.
You're welcome.
Thank y'all for watching. Have a blessed day.